My African brothers and my African sisters have this problem. They don't know which one comes first or if both work together. Romance versus sex.
Romance versus sex.
Yes.
That's an interesting, interesting topic. I'm not professional in this topic, but I can only share my experience. I think that the romance is an important part of a relationship, and of course, sex is a part of is a very important part of the relationship, because sex is ultimately the expression of feeling. You know, of course, it's been abused, and some people abuse it. But when the romance and the sex, when they come together, that's love.
Oh, so it works together.
It depends.
Now, okay, my thing right now is that when you talk of sex and romance, who are people? I mean, the two parties, the male and female. Which one belong to which one? Like, who like what the most? I think the female definitely are the ones that seeking the romantic. The female are more romantic. Romantic. And the need to be romanced, as opposed to the male, who I think that they lean more towards the physical aspect of their expression. You know? So tell me, this is a little bit personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know you don't care because you like to give education anyway. So tell me, as a man, your experience, when you see a woman at first that you're attracted to, what comes into your mind?
Well, I mean, when I see a woman for the first time, they're definitely going to appeal to my sexual attraction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I have my own personal, everybody have their own personal idea of what attracts them. And when I see a woman, if she's attractive enough, there's certain things that I look for. Okay. And so forth and so on. So, yeah, that's just me personally.
Okay, so, what about, if you have this woman, and you, let me say you and your girlfriend, and you look at her at first and think of physical and sexual aspects. Now you know that in the back of your mind, the women are more romantic. What do you do? Do you focus on your side alone just to satisfy your hood?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'll be honest. There was this time in my life that I didn't really think about the female needs or want. It was basically a selfish need and want that I wanted to fulfill for myself. Okay. And I think that when you get older and you become more mature, then you realize that that it's not about your needs, but fulfilling your the female's needs and your needs at the same time. So you have to create a balance. Okay. Yeah. You have to create a balance.
Your own experience at first, you just grab it and satisfy yourself as you wanted it. But
when I was younger, that was the mentality, really. Okay. Because again, you know, you only can learn through experience how to deal with a woman. Okay. You know what I mean? And at the age you have an urge, there's a feeling and there's a need that you need to fill. Okay. And so that whole thing is that you want to fill that void. You're not really even thinking about like what the other person might be thinking.
So does it make difference if you try to bring the woman, you know, to the womb before you start having sex, or if you just jump at it? Which one matters?
I think that in the long run, and every individual is different. And it all depends on the situation, because you have females who basically just want the physical aspect of it. And then you have other females. See, everybody's different. And then you have other females who want to be romantic and want the romance part of it. They just don't want to jump into it. They want to feel like, you know, there's a romance going on. So every situation is different, and it depends on where you at in your life, in your relationship. You know, it depends. It just really depends. There's so many factors. I mean,
as an experienced guy like you, I would like to ask again that, like, you have a girlfriend and you want to make love to your girlfriend, and all what's like you so desiring to just, you know, do something, feel like to dig in something, and you get your girl. How do you perform? How does the girl have to make it happen to your satisfaction?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, like I said, again, it's a level of maturity. And at my age, the way I would proceed it now is that it would have to be mutual. You know, I mean, like if I want it, that's good. But she would have to equally want it too, so that it'll work. It's just not going to work.
So you work your way to bring her to where you were?
Not really. I don't. You know, to me, I mean, as a Rasta, we have a thing where we kind of deal with the divine order, the natural flow.
All right.
And if it's ordained, if it's naturally supposed to be, then it's gonna happen, you know, without any trying to.
Okay, let's say that I assume I'm your wife and you come home, it's nice for us to go to bed and you are so horny and I'm like so tired and don't want to get close to anything like that, and you're in the bed, you touch her, but honey, I'm tired, and you want it so bad because you can't sleep.
Right.
What will you do to bring me there?
Well, what would I do? That's a good question. That's, you know, in my experience, again, once a female has made up their mind, you know, if they're not in the mood, if they had a holiday at work, if they're just not in the spirit, in the lovemaking spirit, then it's very difficult to get a woman to do that.
Okay.
So knowing that, I'm not going to make any attempts. And I'll look for other means to kind of satisfy that need.
How? What do you mean you look for other means? Can you please tell me?
I have to be graphic about it? No.
I know, but some people need help out there.
Yeah, I mean, in a relationship, I'm not talking about going outside the relationship, but there's other ways that you can fill that void, fill that need, and I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions.
Okay, great. I love that. Because I was worried, I'm like, oh, oops, then you're going to break somebody's heart. Means you're going to go outside while she's sleeping?
No.
Anyway.
There's a physical urge that needs to be met, and then you can meet it. You don't need, you know, there's ways. You know.
Anyway, so what as a guy, what turns you off the most? Like, what turns guys off the most? Like, things that they don't like, things physically, sexually, whatever.
Every individual is different.
But in general, what do you think turns the guys off the most?
For me, when I think about what turns me off, is I like quiet. I like to be quiet.
Okay.
I don't really like too much noise.
Okay.
And not to say that if the female's making noise, that's good if the female's making noise. That's not what I'm talking about. But a conversation, I don't really want to entertain a conversation because I'm in a feel mode right now. And I want to feel.
Okay.
I don't want to think. You know, I don't want to.
So in short, you want your moment to be respected.
Well, not so much respected, but to understand that this particular moment is a feel type of moment. You know, we gotta feel each other. And so, in that, I don't really want to engage in philosophical conversation.
Oh, what do you want to talk about? Something to hype with.
Yeah,
right?
And I mean, I've been through some experiences where you have people that just want to carry on the conversation. It's like it's a turn off.
All right.
You know, we can have I mean, we're in this moment, and so forth and so on.
I see. Well, it's great to have this kind of conversation with you. Yeah. And I look forward to discuss this more with you.
This is part one.
Yes.
Part one. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, it's a pleasure to meet you.
See you someday.
Yeah, hope so.